If you're fairly new to jiu-jitsu, you'll definitely find yourself in positions where you get stuck and you don't know what you should be doing next. You don't know the first move you should try. You think back to all the classes you've done, or you're in bottom guard, you think, oh, I can't remember the move we did that week. It's really common. And again, we've all been through it. One of my students asked me the other week, they're getting stuck in a position like that. They needed some kind of an idea of where to structure their approach to training. And what I recommended was this sheet. So I've downloaded a copy myself, downloaded a few copies to keep in the gym for people. I'll put a picture up on screen of it so you can get a better look at that. But basically, it's an outline of each position, or it's not an outline, you create the outline yourself, but it gives you a section for each position that you're going to find yourself in jiu-jitsu when you're training. And it allows you then to build a game plan for each of those positions. So for example, the first section, I have closed guard. And what I recommend for each one of those sections, and we'll take that I have closed guard as an example in a minute, just write down one thing from that position that ideally something that's worked for you so far. If you've not trained for long enough and you've not got anything that's worked so far, just the first thing that you can remember will do for now. If you can't even think of anything, just go to Google, put in what's the best attack from closed guard, and whatever it comes up with there, we'll go with that, and then we'll build on top of it. But let's say I've had a little bit of success getting a straight armbar from closed guard. I'm going to put that number one, armbar from closed guard. What's doing closed guard? Straight armbar. And then I'm going to immediately try and implement it. So as soon as I get in closed guard with someone when I'm training, then I need to attack for that armbar straight away. That's my number one goal. I need to go for that straight away. From there, people are going to start to defend it different ways. So let's say they start stacking me when I'm trying to armbar, and I manage to get a flower sweep or a pendulum sweep. That's the next thing that's going to go in. So I have one, armbar. Two, let's say flower sweep. And then I've got a dual attack system now. I can at least go for two different things when I get into that position and work between the two. And people are going to start defending in different ways again. So then I can get the third option. And then I can build up each way. But if I start, for each one of those sections, just one thing. Again, it doesn't matter what it is. Ideally, something that's worked for you. If you haven't got something that's worked for you yet, something that you know and that you don't have to think about too much. If not that, what's the last thing you did in class from that position? If not that, just Google it, find something. And then in each one of those positions, again, build a nice little game that's going to work. So let's pick a random one. I have half guard on top. So I'm going to go for a leg pin pass. I just want to get the cross face, the underhook. I want to make sure that knee's pinned to the mat, fold my foot over, try and pass. Well, people keep framing, pushing me away. That's what I find. I try the pass. People keep framing, pushing me away. But when I switch my hips, well, that stops the frames. Now I can pass pushing the leg down, trying to go to mount. Now I've got two passes to work between. It's going to be harder for people to stop me. As they start to stop me in different ways, I can start to develop a third way of passing on top of that and give me a third option. But I'm going to build up systematically into a nice experimental game plan where I can start to be effective against different people. And I'd say generally once you've filled in, let's say 3 to 5 things, I think there's space on here for, in each position, there's space for 5 things. So that's where, as long as we've got 3 minimum in each one of those positions, I don't think you need it anymore. That's probably enough to be able to refer back to it, but you can open up much more from there and develop, but you're not going to get stuck in that position anymore and not have a clue what to do. You've got at least a first thing to do, and if they defend that, you can start working for something else. Ideally, you've got 3 to 5 things that you can switch between. You can attack for this one first and go back. It doesn't have to be number 1, number 2. You've got a fairly open, so I've got 3 things, let's say. I can attack for any one of those 3. That gets defended, I can go for one of the others. And I'm going to start to develop a nice little system that's going to suit my game as well, because it's not just, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. It's what's been working, what's been successful, and it's going to develop over time. But again, once you've got those 3 to 5 things in each section, move on. Let your game develop naturally. Focus on one position, focus on adding things that aren't in the system. But focus on that one position and develop it way beyond and specialize in a certain type of guard maybe. But it's going to become much more interesting. I'm not sure who originally came up with that sheet. I think it may have been Jason Scully or someone like that. But the original, I don't think is available anymore. But there is a copy if you Google grappling game plan for BJJ, something like that, BJJ game plan. The first, I'm going images on Google, the first thing that comes up is that sheet. So I recommend go download it. It's on a Reddit post somewhere, the link to the from the Google images. But I recommend go download it, start filling it in. Just one thing in each position, and that'll be enough for you to start to play around and develop a much broader system on top of that. Just give it a go and see how you get on.